Anybody saw this?
Yeah.
Have Plenty. Those are only 2 love stories that they had serious love stories and not that much laughter. They had their moments, but it was not really a comedy. Now, why is that? You see, this is how they dehumanize people around the world. Other people can make movies, but the people that's non-white are not allowed to make love stories, and especially you. Why is that? In the Have Plenty had to be picked up. It was an independent film picked up by Miramax, and that was based on Babyface and his wife that helped put it out. And it was not a major national release, so therefore it was shelved and damn it's on Black Stars TV now, but it never got to the rank of these soul food and all the rest of these things. Key here is this. It's a psychological aspect of warfare and dehumanization. See, if they never see you in a critical love story, and I ain't talking about with comedy, if they don't see you with a critical love story, it means in some kind of way that you are inhuman. You see what I'm saying? Because you were never seen in a critical love story, but they got thousands of white people, and they are the most people incapable of loving. Yes. You see what I'm saying? They love you like a chandelier. You see what I'm saying? That's a different kind of love. Their love is, like I told you before, is based on how you make them feel, and not how they feel about you. Remember I talked about that analysis? There's a difference.
Yes.
You love your children not because they make you feel a certain way. You love it because it just is. Right. I know you ain't shit, big waterhead baby or whatever, but still you do love it. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's your baby. Well, our love is, that's what I'm trying to tell you about. You got to goddamn break the cycle. The motherfucker ain't shit. Love him any damn way.
What happens to Academy Awards that they just gave out?
Well, we get into that in a few minutes. That's all part of the shit.
Yeah.
Now look at the science. See, a lot of stuff here, is on a mundane level. They are jugging a knife in. Okay, now, let me show you what's going on here. I'm going to drop some other stuff on you in a few minutes. Now, hold on to that. I'm going to drop some other stuff on you in a few minutes. Now, just bear with me. Now, when you love someone, not because how they make you feel, you just love them because of this. You ever just been in love with a motherfucker you don't like? That's real love. You ever really been in love with somebody that you don't like? Be like, I hate your ass, but I love you. You ever been like that before? That's real love. Now, if a person can compromise a little bit, you might be able to have a little good thing going. But my point here is, they love, that's the thing about it. They love you, they can like you because the white person can like you because you made them feel a certain way. They'll say, you all right, you are not like the rest of your people. That's what they say. I like you. You're not like the rest of your people. You're supposed to go, I am my people are me. If I can produce something that you like, that means all of them can. But see, that's because you made them feel a certain way. Michael Jordan made them feel a certain way when he dunks the basketball. But they got plenty of niggas with bald heads look like Michael Jordan every day. They right in that goddamn jailhouse. Lock up every day. So you have to produce something to make them feel a certain way. That's a difference. You understand? That's superficial. So they're the least ones incapable of loving. But the point about it is they're always showing, your concept of love is based on doggone European romance. Because we don't know no other. So when the damn black motherfucker ain't got no money, he can't love you.
Tell it. Tell it.
There's science to it. Love the person. I'm not talking about a person that's abusive to you. I'm not talking about no stupid stuff. I'm talking about compromise here. I'm not talking about a person that's abusive to you. That's going to verbally abuse you. Sometimes that's worse than a nigga hitting you in the head. Verbally abuse you. I'm not talking about a person that feels inferior to you. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just talking about a brother that's a little bust up raggedy because he ain't got no money. Put some lotion on. see, don't front on that. Because a nigga ain't got no damn money. Because I don't have no money. You see what I'm saying? Y'all pay to see me. I'm the same nigga that was from December 2000 to July 2001 when I pull that little ball, that little spring up out of my toilet and flush my toilet that way. See what I'm saying? Just improvise. Pull up my sleeve. Sometimes they pull up my sleeve, wrong out my sleeve. But now, going back to this particular science, you don't see love stories amongst black people. In some kind of way, it means that they're like an animal. They're inhuman to love. See, it's a science behind that. You don't see real love stories against no other race but that white race. And that's the way they rule the world, because all of the romance comes through them. They got some good shows now. You understand what I'm saying? But all the romance comes through them. That's why sometimes the romance seems alien to a lot of black people when we don't want to watch them shows because of the simple fact we don't see us in them. You see what I'm saying? We don't see us in them. And I don't care, even the last two they gave us, this don't go all the way. You know how you see a movie say, that motherfucker love that person there. Now we know we got it because we got it in them songs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That nigga that was in love. Hell, we invented the love. You understand what I'm saying? Why is it on some of these white things when they do these love stories, they play black songs? That's right. Hell, how many times I heard Marvin Gaye, let's get it on some of these white shows? You understand what I'm talking about? But my point, what I'm trying to tell you here is there's a science behind it. You can dehumanize people when you don't show them having several human functions. You know that they say that they didn't even think black people was human until Huckleberry Finn. They had a special on Mark Twain, who they said was probably a nigga. Because they said if you see his earlier pictures, he was one of them damn Croatans, as they call them in South Carolina. The nigga had dark features. You see what I'm saying? They said it. They even had Dick Gregory on the special. They said the white people still thought we was inhuman until Huckleberry Finn. Which one was the first one? Tom Sawyer or Huckleberry Finn? What was the first one? Tom Sawyer was the first one. Huckleberry Finn. When they said when the slave used to go off and cry because he was crying for his children that they had sold off in slavery and stuff, and Huckleberry Finn said, damn, he cries too, like my other people I know cry based on their children. They said they didn't even know black people was even human until Mark Twain wrote Huckleberry Finn, and that was in this fucking century, late last century. I mean, in late. I think that Tom Sawyer was 18th century. I think Huckleberry Finn was early 19th century. They didn't even think he was even human until goddamn they got it in their literature. See what I'm saying? So right now they're doing the same shit. And they don't. I'm gonna show you another thing, shall we? Look, show you another science. You got cable, click them things, and you see Cinemax and them at night. They have these little sex shows come on. Always be white bodies. They won't even show you even in them. Because they're not like porno now. Deep penetration porno. That just, you know, how you doing? You know, they ain't doing nothing. They gotta have a little plot. Maybe some bad acting and stuff, but still it's a little plot and shit. You know, always somebody sleeping or something, you know, whatever. How you doing? You know, it's always bad, but it's a little plot to go on in these little things. You be like, oh, that's them girly nasty show. Why they don't ever show black people in there? They're respectable. You know, they got the little boobs out. It ain't no penetration. It's sex. Why they don't show black people in there? See, they don't even show you in them things. You see? I'm quite sure if they had some old black ones like that, black people are watching and white people are watching. See where I'm coming from? Why they don't show that? You see? Why they don't show that? That's because they dehumanize. Let me show you another thing also too. See, we live in a very critical and serious society. They didn't used to even show, they say when you go around the world, the Africans on the continent, in the Caribbean, and on the continent and all over the different world, if you was to go to Australia and be the Aborigine, or you go around what you call it and all, they would probably look at you, and you probably wouldn't get a date, but you being a little size heavier, you would get all the what you call it. Because their mind is not fucked up on an archetype. You see what I'm saying? They say you go to goddamn Africa, you probably be hot shit, shoot shit, you be like, you know what I'm saying? You be Holly Berry in 2 days. Be ditching niggas. You see what I'm saying? Because their mind is not messed up on the archetype that they got to be one prototype of woman. You see what I'm saying? You be hot shit. In the Caribbean, on the continent, and any other damn place. You be hot shit, you won't have no problem. You see what I'm saying? And the reason why they know that stuff, they say because they had overkill. In the 90s, they start coming out with white magazines called Plumpers, Voluptuous, and these heavy-set magazines with heavy-set women in them, and they can't keep them on the damn newsstands. See what I'm saying? But man, what I'm trying to say, you're dealing with a real mind-controlled country. You see what I'm saying? Now I'm going to drop something else on you here. Now y'all watch this here. This is some important stuff here. Now, in order for you to hear this, you got to know the science, because our mind cannot pick apart conspiracies. They had a guy that wrote a book on Muhammad, St. Martin's Press in 1997. And they said, what's the difference between him and Farrakhan? They said, well, Muhammad didn't separate his white folks. He called them all the devil, and he didn't single out no Jews. And I also thought that too. I said, man, I can't tell a damn Jew from a damn Italian from no other white people. They just all white folks to me. I'm shit, I ain't that damn. I'm from Mother South Carolina. A cracker is a cracker. You know what I'm saying? I ain't that sophisticated to see no hook nose, bagel nose, whatever. Because maybe if I was from New York and they had all the ethnic groups, I can say that's a Jew. And now I probably can tell that's a Jew right there and all. But I mean, the whites is whites to me. I just don't I don't discriminate against. My white folks, they all the same to me. I ain't that sophisticated. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm just trying to drop this on you so you can understand some science. Because it's going back to the same thing. He said that, and I often said the same thing. Number one, why do you single out the Jews when all white people damn do the same thing to me? You know what I'm saying? Why does it got to be one certain brand of white people? Now, the mission to this story is a conspiracy. It's piggybacking off of what I said earlier about there's some people that want to take the places being the doggone suffering people on the planet. Now, you got to understand this particular information and stuff. Got to understand what's really going on here. I often wondered why he was so hell-bent on the Jews, and I'm like, damn, I said, I see if you're trying to educate somebody on these particular people. And I realize on a sophisticated level that there are some people that are systematically trying to conspire against us, and it's a secret society. But I'm still trying to figure out this. Now try to understand this. Now what I'm trying to say is this. Farrakhan stood up and called the Jews a gutter religion in 1984. We didn't even know who Farrakhan was nationally until they showed him on TV. I want you to hear what I'm talking about here. Try to understand the science. I'm going to try to break it down. We didn't know. He called the Jews a gutter religion. Right? Right. When we heard of Farrakhan nationwide, because I was in Columbia, South Carolina in college when I heard this thing here. We don't know nothing about you know what I'm saying? Hell, it was embarrassing because it was embarrassing to me. You know what was embarrassing to me? I pointed a picture and asked a person, who is this person, this black man, in this automobile, in this car. And what was embarrassing to me, it was Marcus Garvey, and my white art teacher had to tell me who Marcus Garvey was. That's how we, in our own life, we don't get taught nothing. You know, I didn't even know, it was embarrassing to me that a white teacher in the 80s had to tell me who Marcus Garvey was. You see, in the early 80s, my white art teacher, who was damn near a hillbilly. Now, so my point here is, we didn't know who Farrakhan was until they gave it to us on TV. And my point here is this, that we done had Dr. Men, John Henry Clark, Francis Cress Wilson. We done had historical people like Marcus Garvey and different people. I want to know, how is it he's the only person that got televised?
Well,
now you got to look at the science of what I'm talking about here. He comes up and he calls the Jewish religion a gutter religion. Now listen, look at the science on this. The next year, he's selling out coliseums. That was 1994. 1995, he went from calling the Jewish religion gutter religion. I'm going somewhere with this. To be in Madison Square Garden with the power to it the next year. Now, I'm trying to figure this out now, because it stands to reason to me. If no one knows who you are, how can you rent Madison Square Garden,
that's right,
which is about $25,000 to rent for any organization, black organization, and because nobody don't know who you are, how you going to make your money back for people who not going to come? It just so happens to be packed. But my point here is, where did you get the money from? And how can you go one year being obscure and no one knows who you are to rent out Madison Square Garden? And why is it every time you appeared, and I used to be at all these doggone things, that's what turned me on to consciousness, the press was always there. You see what I'm saying? Now follow me on this. And he's the biggest black leader we done had in American history when you look at the amount of people that Malcolm and them never sold out auditoriums and stuff in their day like that. When Martin Luther King died, he died in a regular old church for his last speech. So this was being a mega preacher before the mega preachers even started, like T.D. Jakes and Creflo Dollar. They didn't start up until the mid-90s. Farrakhan was doing shit that they was doing now. He was doing in the damn mid-80s and the early 90s. You understand where I'm coming from here? I'm trying to show you the science. How is it that the only person that they can carry, the news can damn report, is Farrakhan? And yet we got black leaders to this day that's out here now and they don't even know about it. I know for the fact that I'm a black speaker. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not a household name. I'm not a household name to a lot of people in the conscious. I mean, conscious people been conscious for years, just knowing who I am. Because my point here is, if you are not televised, you don't exist in America.
right.
Okay, now I often thought about that. Then remember, he was saying in one of his tapes that he didn't sell out, that there was a room full of money, and he didn't sell out. He didn't take the money. But this is the key. Now I'm in Charlotte. I'm getting ready to go speak about how there's a secret society that's jealous of us because they know we're the real thing. I'm in Charlotte, I wake up, and that's how the Spirit does things. I wake up and I look on this brother that had me to come speak in Charlotte. I look on his shelf, and he got 2 books on anti-Semitism. I take the books out. The first book I open up, they talk about anti-Semitism in the black community based on black leaders. And you got to understand dates and times. That's how I'm able to analyze stuff, because my mind goes on. I know, I can tell you what songs come out in 1975, what TV shows was on in 1975. I always know, if I always chronicle a year, I never go wrong. I started doing that when I was 10. And it ended up working for me when I got into consciousness. So I open up a book from 1974, and it was talking about anti-Semitism in the black race and anti-Semitism in black leadership. Now I know my people. First of all, we can't spell anti-Semite. Now come on now. Let's go time travel back to 1974. Now one thing about our people, you gotta learn about our people. I know this about our people, and I know this about our people. Our people are not racist, and never were racist, and never will be racist. To this day, I done made 2 tapes on the human artificial, on the white man being the devil, and another tape called Immigrant Humans about the white man being artificial. And to this day, to this doggone day, I don't hate white people. It's not in my biological makeup. Only reason why we hate Negroes is because we are trained to. Black people don't hate nobody but other black people. And that's because we have been trained to. That's a socialization based on mental illness.
Come on.
Now y'all just try to understand where I'm coming from here. There ain't no black anti-Semites now, 2002. Now how the hell the Jews gonna write a book on black anti-Semitism in the black race in 1974? Now I'm not crazy. You see what I'm saying? You see? I'm not crazy. You see what I'm saying? Now I know when a nigga is, I know when a cracker is no good. And I know when people plotting against me, but I don't separate my crackers. I know my banjos and I know my crackers. Now I'm trying to say this. I know my watermelons and I know my niggas. We are not racist for them to print that in the book. I'm trying to show you the science on what's going on here. That means if they are to take the stage as the suffering original people, which that's no debate. We in the damn dumps to this day. So we ain't got to worry about who suffer. Just look at who's on top and who's not. That's the end of the debate. See what I'm saying? Now listen to me. If they're going to take the world stage as the suffering people, in the spiritual world, you got to identify what the enemy is. If they got to take the stage, what is that telling you? That's telling you there's something spiritual in this. Because that's telling you that they understand that the one that's going to rise up has got to be the one on the bottom. Just like the Bible said, the power man is going to overthrow the master. That's what the Bible says. I'm going to take the last and make it first, and the first and make it last. You see what I'm saying? The meek shall inherit the earth. Even if you are arrogant, you live in a humble position because you are not a ruling power. So you are a humble people, even if you're up in that crack shit thinking you are all right, because you got on a pair of leather shoes. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're in the illusion of inclusion, you're just another nigga. You know, you just the domestic homes compared to the savage homes. There's a movie called The Fantastic Planet. And in there they talk about the domestic homes. That's us. We have learned how to manicure ourselves. You know what I'm saying? I have a linen outfit. To poor people, that motherfucker just plain old wrinkle. But because I am a domestic home, I know that when I used to go out to the club, I would actually make it more wrinkled so that the people know that I have on the linen. You understand what I'm saying? But to a nigga out in the street, that nigga got on wrinkled shit. But up in the thing, the sister like, that nigga got on my whole nice clean it out. That's because I'm a domestic home. I used to do that shit. Get my pants and stuff. See, in the mid-80s, that linen came out, I had to wrinkle that shit a little bit, man. You know, wrinkle it up so they know it's linen. Because I'm a domestic manicured Negro. There's a difference. You see what I'm saying? So somebody poor, That's just plain old regular ass shit. Or, like I say, uppity people get inebriated. Plain people just get plain old drunk. You know what I'm saying? So, the point I'm trying to make here is, going back, black people are not racist, never were, never will be. Even if you get mad at the white boy, you don't like, it's impossible. Because otherwise, if you hated white people, you wouldn't be able to watch no kind of TV or nothing. You wouldn't be able to go to the movies. You damn sure wouldn't be able to go out to no restaurants. It'll be Arcanines only. You got to time that shit sooner or later. You eat so much Cornish hens and meatloaf and macaroni and stuff like that now. You know what I'm saying? And people say, let's go get soul food. I'm like, wait, hello, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. The last thing I want is some damn soul food. Well, I leave Atlanta. Because that's all down there. But the point I'm trying to make here is, it's impossible. Plus, then again, that is not your nature. So the point I'm trying to make here is, if these people got to show themselves as being the fake Jew, fake themselves into, make themselves into a person that they're not, they got to show that the group that's the real one got to hate them. So what I'm trying to tell you is this. They was already planting the seeds in 1974 when they wrote the book for their people. Then the only thing they did is they went and got Farrakhan and them, paid them off to talk shit about the Jews and single them out as other white people. And guess what? The other book that I got was from 1994, 20 years later. And by that time, they got Farrakhan up in there as a doggone Jewish hater, anti-Semite. See how that goes? So they didn't have one, now they got one. There's a science to it. And although he was telling the truth about their ass, that's the key. They said, we don't have to supply you with a lie, we are no good dogs, but we still want to tell you to put this in you so that you can do this, because you got to understand, that's the conspiracy. They are the head of that doggone white race that's plotting this whole thing. That's what the guy from Palestine told me. We're not against, we're not at war. They don't believe they're at war with the Israeli government. They say they're at war with the United States of America. See what I'm saying? But I'm just trying to say this is just some science. Now going on, still with the hard copy, there's a lot of stuff that's going down. Stick with me. I've been telling people since 1996, we've done so much research on this, and I've done so much, if you know, I got plenty of tapes talking about how they wiped out all the people in the projects and killed them. Using them, they stuff for melatonin, Viagra and all that stuff. There's melanin-based stuff. You know now they got they can inject melanin, they got an injection that they inject melanin in white people now. They came out with a research about 2-3 weeks ago. They can inject them with this thing and it shoots out the melanin. It's not the same melanin that's in your body, because once you extract it from the body, it changes all together. But it shoots out this melatonin in their body. It's like it injects it artificially. But they got that stuff. But here is an article here talking about a long way home. Chicago, now look at this now. Chicago is raising its crime-infested towers to resettle the poor. But prejudice and a tight rental market are hampering the big plans. Well, so first of all, this is what they're telling them. They said, first of all, they closed down all the projects between 1995 and 1995 to 2000. So, if they're resettling the people, what happened to the ones prior to this article on August the 5th, 2000? You see, you got to understand the science here. So they can get rid of who they want in this country if they give you the reason. So somebody will read this article, and then when you ask them the question, where are the people that was in the projects? They'll go, oh, they resettle them. Well, how do you know? Well, I got an article out of Time magazine. So this is justification for what they did when they secretively cleaned the people out of the projects and got rid of them by the thousands across the country.
Yes, they did.
in the 90s. Now, the only thing they got to do is come out with the story and give you the explanation. These people been gone. If anybody been to Chicago and saw these things, anybody from Chicago? I want to ask you a question. What happened to the people prior to them August the 5th? Where the hell did they go? Some people say, no, I know some families have been relocated. That's the trick. They can relocate 100 of them. And that's all they got to relocate. They can get rid of the rest of the 10,000. Because they only relocated 100, and that's the only justification you need. Your mind is not capable of perceiving genocide that is on a conspiratorial level. What they call it, the insidious side. We're not sophisticated enough to understand the insidious side, which means what? Conspiratorial. It has to be outright for you, which is always too late. You see what I'm saying? So they got this particular science. You see, they got this particular science. Moving right along. Now, I told the people at the Melanin conference about the music. And I was telling them at the Melanin conference about the music and how, and I've been talking about this for years, how they got rid of the albums. They got rid of the LPs. And all because they knew that the albums was a real recording, and they had to get rid of all of that. They had to get rid of all of that because they knew that stuff, and they had to give them the holographic stuff, which was your CDs and all this type of stuff here. Well, they got a movie out called Josie and the Pussycats. Got all this science on the subliminal seduction of the music and the CDs. You gotta, they put it in the doggone stupid movies because they know you ain't gonna watch it, bear witness to it. But in this movie, they dropping so hard, they just straight out telling you what they doing to the music.
What's the name of it?
Josie and the Pussycats, the cartoon that used to come on, comic book. They dropping all of it in there. How they can put on the music and make the teens go buy what they want to buy. They even dropping this in the movie because the brother James gave it to me. I know that ain't no cell phone. It got to be a tape recorder. Somebody jammed it. Whose is that?
She shut it off. He talking about the music and also.
Yeah, ain't that so? So now, in the movie they talk. In the movie, Josie and them become famous in a week because they subliminally seducted the actual audience, and they were selling these records. And then they made Josie. They told her she was better than the other two girls and better than the black girl who taught her everything.
Eminem.
Same black girl that played in Men in Black. Remember, she played the last Men in Black. They told you who was the light of the world. That's why they played down this movie. The light of the world was who? A black woman. They was looking, every alien in the universe was looking for the light of the world, and at the end, it was this black girl. Who was it? They telling you what time it is. But in Josie and the Pussycats and all, they told the girl that she was better than the other two girls and better than the black girl who taught her everything. And in so many words, they're trying to tell you how the music company, like James M. Truman and them were saying, how they got Jeffrey Osborne and Chaka Khan and all of them to lead the groups. Because when you have a group that's a corporation, you got to pay more people. And they would lead the group and have one person working, and they would then convince all the black groups to lead the groups and stuff like that. And all, but yet, your boy never left his group, the Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger, and they made solo albums too, but they never left the group. See, in the music industry, the year that you don't do one album, you can do the solo album. You see what I'm saying? You see, and they convinced them, but they convinced the black ones to lead the groups to put a whole bunch of black people out of work. So Jeffrey Osborne leaves LTD drops. What's his name leaves the Commodores, Lionel Richie, they drop. Chaka Khan leaves her thing, they drop.
Gladys Knight.
Gladys Knight. Steve Erickson leaves Slade, they drop. You see what I'm saying? Now the only one that had common sense was Philip Bailey. They asked him, was he leaving Urban Fire? He said, are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? Hell no, I ain't leaving Urban Fire. But he did solo albums. He was one of the few. You see what I'm saying? So they were talking about that in the movie, but they dropped a lot of stuff in the movie about subliminal seduction, and the government was in on it and all kinds of stuff, and how they mess you up with the doggone CDs. And it's the stuff behind the CDs. That's why they had to cut out the LP. That's why I'm telling the people, get you some, go back and get you, go to the pawn shops and get you a turntable. Don't get nothing new because they only make this little cheap plastic stuff. Get you a nice, expensive turntable from the pawn shops. And you can go around and give you something to do. Y'all ain't got nothing to do no damn way. They go around and collect albums. And so you can go and get the albums for $1. Some places. Yeah. And them LPs got the real recording on it. It's not a CD, it's a hologram. And that'll tap into the melanin. It's going to tap into the melanin when you do this particular science. Now, and I talked about all that. And so, like I said, now they are designing the stereo system so they don't come with phonograph and they don't come with tape 2 monitor. Make sure that if you get a stereo system, make sure it has tape 2 monitor, because even with the CDs, if you get your graphic equalizer, you can override the CDs. They got to get you an equalizer. You can find equalizers in the pawn shops for $40, $20. And anybody got a stereo system that still have a receiver, get you an equalizer, and you can override the CDs whenever. You can put your own levels up and stuff. That's how you tap into the metal. Why I'm saying this now? Because at this particular time, this is the real stuff. There's some black water off the coast of Florida. It's in this book. Florida's mysterious black water. That shit appeared on December the 22nd, and they didn't announce it until March the 22nd. It's over. 700 miles long with no marine life. You know, you got to go on the internet because they're shooting out. This is in a book called Article 2000, a free magazine out of Atlanta. And they got it in here, but you're going to have to go to the internet and find anything you can find on the black water because it's real key. I'm telling you tonight, we did a ritual to this thing that I'm getting ready to get into tonight, and I'm telling you, we got the power on our side. Now, I remind you, I'm going to tell you something, and you can do this. If you got some clear skies, every night you can go out there and you'll see a big ball of light in the sky. And at 9:30, if you find out what big ball of light it is, at 9:30 it will disappear. It is not an airplane, because airplanes, you can see the airplane get outside of your focus. If you're watching it flash with red, this is a big ball of light. And that big ball of light at 9:30 to 10 o'clock, it's going to leave. It'll turn red and it'll leave. It's too low to be a star, and the stars don't leave like this. I'm going to drop this thing on you. I'm telling you, we own it. I'm telling you what I know. The reason why I ain't got to pay rent, because I ain't got to pay no rent, because this shit is over. And I'm trying to tell you, we done suffered enough. We ain't got to worry about nothing. You just got to understand. Now, I need you all to do one thing. If you do this thing here, I guarantee you, we can get this thing rolling. Because I'm going to tell you something. This cracker getting ready to go into Iraq. He ain't going into Iraq because of no damn oil. He going into Iraq because of some shit that's coming right out of this book right here. The Mesopotamian, the myths from Mesopotamia, in a book called Nostradamus 1999. But if you can get it, I'm going to tell you what all this stuff, I'm going ahead of myself, just bear with me 1 minute. I'm getting ready to tell you this stuff is moving, because the sister can bear witness back there, because there's an entity that's out here, and I ain't talking about some damn shit I'm reading out of books. The sister back there channels the entity. Ooh. She can talk to the motherfucker just like you and I.
Who's that?
That sister with the back there, the sister I came here with. She can talk to the mother just like you and I. Now, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. Got some other ones that can roll with him too, but I'm telling you, this shit is real. So just bear with me. Y'all like to call them, but I need y'all to do one thing.
What's that?
I'm going to tell you before we get out of here, just remind me, let me just deal with some things right quick. Going ahead of myself, let me just get a few things out of the way. What time is it?
11:35.
Okay, I just got a few things to get out of the way, and we're going to deal with this, but you all got it. Okay. Y'all got to, we're going to make this thing here. I don't have to stay long. You just got to get the real deal stuff. So let me just break this thing down right now so that you'll understand what's going on. All right? What's going on? All right? Okay. Let me just deal with a couple of things right here. Let me just see here. I don't know, I just want to show you. Let me explain some stuff to you. Some stuff that's actually going on here in the spirit world. Now, I got a grandmother that died in 1990. She was a very strong personality. She was a big-time school teacher. So they don't die, they just lose their class. And she's a disciplinarian, and I knew that she was not the kind of person that would accept that she was dead, so she retained herself. Oh hell, I ain't going to damn place. So she died in 1990. 2 days later, 2 or 3 days after the funeral, she used to drag her feet. So she was in the house, and she dragged her damn feet. And my mama was like, oh hell, no, you got to get the hell up out of here. My mama, you have to get the hell up out of here, Now, she was a big-time school teacher, too. But then it's funny how we do. They say if you don't believe in it, it can't hurt you. Now, this is a contradiction in terms. If you got something that can hurt you, then obviously it's got to be real. So how can you not believe in something that's real? You ever heard that before? Oh, they say if you don't believe in roots, they can't hurt you. This is dumb shit. Right. So the Bible says you don't believe. My mama tell me all these magnificent ghost stories. Now, I'm from South Carolina. She said me all these stories about damn roots. But I don't believe in it. You know what I'm saying? Now she don't tell me. She go to the, going with a man. My mama ain't having 2 damn boyfriends in her life. You know what I'm saying? Since my father died in 70, she had one in 75 and one in 81. One in 81. She going to a nigga named Ben in 75. They go ride out to some guy, one of his friends. He the root man. They go to see the root man. She said, what are you going here for? He said, this is the root man. He's my good friend. So she go over and he said, oh, you miss Hemmitt, ain't you? You a school teacher, ain't you? I know your father, your father, Raymond Shaw. He was a carpenter. Yeah, I know him. He died back in 71, didn't he? Yeah. Told her, yeah, I said, he was working on a woman's house down here, and the guy came home, her husband, and thought that he was going with him and put roots on him. Now, the man was in so many words telling the goddamn nigga came to me to get the roots. Told her everything about my granddaddy. And all of this type of stuff here and stuff, So I'm like, damn well that shit is real. He gonna come down with muscular dystrophy when no niggas had this shit. This is like, everybody this is 1968. Raymond got a white man disease. I guess it's called muscular sclerosis now. Yeah. But back then it was muscular dystrophy. And everybody talk about Raymond with this mysterious damn white man disease that nobody else seemed to have. Black people even didn't get that shit at that time. Okay. Alright. Now going on with this thing here. So this is some amazing thing. I'm trying to show you how the spirit realm works. You got to get used to the spirit realm because it's all around you. So I'm telling you these stories to let you understand how the spirit world works, to introduce you into the spirit world so you don't be alien to it, then you'll understand how things work. You understand what I'm saying? Then you can understand how I'm out there cutting grass in the damn rain and get struck by lightning and have to go call somebody to find out psychically whether I got struck by lightning or not. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so Irene Shaw dies, my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? She the kind of mother to cut her yard. No, this looks like Irene Shaw's house. She won't do shit for the inside of the house. Inside the house, the damn grass got no. Oh no, this is Irene Shaw, respectable Irene Shaw, school teacher. That kind of thing. So no, she was real vain. So we knew when Irene died, she wasn't going to make no transition to no death realm. No, she wasn't having that shit. She done taught 1 million kids. And she started teaching, hell, she started teaching out of high school. Back then you graduate high school, you go teach. She didn't even go to college until the damn 50s, late 50s. She was teaching since the damn 40s, late 30s. You know what I'm saying? So we know. So anyway, she died. The next day she dragging her feet around the house. My mama like, oh hell no, you got to get the hell on up out of here. So she leaves and go up to my brother's house, which is my baby brother. He's a year younger than I am. Got one a year older and one a year younger. He goes to his house and she cutting on the damn TV, bragging and shit like that. He ain't been married in about 2 years. She cutting on the TV and stuff. He like, leave grandmama alone. His wife's like, well, they're getting tired of this shit.
She gotta go.
Not cutting on TV and shit. You know what I'm saying? Refrigerator opening up. Dragging and stuff like that. Just, you know. Leave grandma alone. So one day, when he was gone, she went somewhere. He came back, Irene was gone. But we didn't realize his wife, he was married to family, is big time root people. About a place 4 miles from my hometown called Melanin, place called Nichols. And they got a man, they call him the Bone Man. Whole house is damn near bones. She from that town. And this some of her people. So she went and got some shit. And got him out of there. But it's interesting about him. I had a brother didn't go with women went with him. But he was an international playboy, big time. You see, my youngest brother, man, no, he didn't go with women went with him. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, one day, he was just married. He married a damn year, my mama didn't even know.
Put some roots on it.
Shit. I said, hey, mama, ain't that motherfucker damn near fool's cousin? Oh, my God, excuse his expression. He just up and married. He just up and married. I said, man, why did you get married? We married, you didn't tell him, oh, yeah, we. I'm like, but you still didn't ever say this thing. You know what I mean? Just, you know, she was a mother. You know, she was a mother. It was interesting because, see, in the 90s, he broke up with her. She got interested in another brother, an African. And she was interested. He did fashion design, so she was going after him. And for some reason, something happened, and it broke the spell and stuff, you see what I'm saying? Something went down and stuff, and I was like, shoot, this sister here, she had some stuff. But anyway, big time root. So my grandmother was hanging around, so we, after she exercised her butt up out of there in like 92, never heard from her again. But now my brother's married again. He got two little boys and stuff. Both of them psychic as hell. Well, the little baby is just born and stuff, but the other, he just born in January and stuff and all. But the other one, the real psychic and stuff, he got two little boys, and every morning they wake up, they got these the little cards for the Venetian blind. They be plaited together, woven together, and they take them apart, and every morning they back together and all. So this summer, back here in August, the last of August, my mama comes to Atlanta to visit us. She gets the call on her cell phone. It's from her house in Mullins. Now she's up here, she said, well, I left the house. She said, you think somebody broke? I said, you think somebody broke in? I said, why would a person break in your house and call your damn phone? She was like, no, she said, no, ain't nobody broke in because I know I broke in because I got my alarm system put up in there. You know, and stuff. She said, I got an alarm system put up in there about a year ago. So anybody broke up in there. Anybody even breathed. The police coming. So she called her sister Mildred across the street. Mildred said, no, your house is secure tight. Ain't no break-in or nothing. No, she ain't no break-in or nothing and stuff. So she done been called. So this been call it. So my brother called home. Somebody pick up the phone. Won't say nothing. Call home again. Somebody pick up the damn phone. I said, man, you think that's Irene? I said, hold on, let me make some damn phone calls. Try how the spirit work. So let me make some phone calls. Let me call the sister Kimberly and see if that's Irene, my grandma. So I'm talking, say, is that Irene? And before I could get it out of my mouth, she said, yeah. And the next thing I know, I said, well, damn, how'd you know? And she said, well, she says this and that. Next thing I know, I'm sitting there, Irene just started talking. So I was like, oh, shit. So You know, so she started just talking. She just overrode Kimberly and started talking to me through her, you know. And I started talking to her. I'm saying, well, damn, where you been all this time? She said, you know, I visit all my children and stuff, you know, and my grandchildren. I said, well, you ain't never come visit me. She said, I can't be fucking around up in your house. That shit you into. She said, I ain't never went nowhere. I said, oh, I get it now. I said, I see how it is. And so, you such a strong-willed person, you ain't gonna just get up and die. Not Miss Irene Shaw, this big-time school teacher. You know what I'm saying? You know? She wasn't gonna get up and just make the transition. So she's still walking around the earth. And she said, well, I'm gonna visit all my children and my grandchildren. And all right. And this one I knew it was her. And I said, well, so you never came to visit me? She said, oh no, hell no, I ain't never been able to get up in your crib. You deal on some spirit realm that's on a whole other level and stuff. You know, because there's different things. She's on this realm, and these things here are ancient gods that I'm dealing with. Even the white man couldn't even come up in there with his damn steel trucks and stuff. And all, you see what I'm saying? And all. I'm going to tell you how powerful this thing is right now. I know for a fact. And bear with me. If I shot a Negro, the white man will come and apologize and say, listen, we just told them people we saw, but we can't do nothing. I'm telling you, they might run around this motherfucker, but they do not run this shit. I'm telling you what this thing is. We got some power. Now just bear with me now. I know it's late, but you got to bear with me on this thing because I'm going to show it to you tonight. Because I'm telling you, I've been doing this thing here for 10 years on my 10. And I'm telling you, I worked for 10 years straight. And after 10 years straight, my shit crashed and burned. You see what I'm saying? I know that if it wasn't for that sister back there, nigga ass would be out. That's what I'm trying to say. Pick a no good nigga and pay him off. Shoot, man, hell. What for that sister? That man, she came big time, man. This sister here come up the damn thing and all. I'm like, damn, after 10 years, she come up the thing and all, and she was rolling for a minute. She was rolling big time and shit. She gave a nigga a damn gold master card. Of course, we maxed the motherfucker out up in New York. This shit been gone since June. But still, yeah, she did do the effort for a minute. She was front for a minute up in here. I mean, I'm right back to square one to the point where I had to go and tell the damn landlord that I couldn't pay nothing and shit. So I ended up maxing her, putting her up in the poorhouse. But still, yeah, she did come correct for a couple of months. You know, got my name on it and all that shit too. Now I'm using that shit for food stamps down there. You can't give a nigga nothing. You crazy? You can't give a Negro nothing. Shoot. But anyway, going on. All right, just bear with me. Okay, so anyway, on the spirit realm, and I asked her, I said, why are you back? She said, I'm back because now is the time the stuff is getting ready to go down. The stuff is getting ready to go down. You see what I'm saying? All kind of stuff getting ready to go down. Now, bearing with that, let's deal with a couple of things here so you can understand some things on what's really going on. Okay, like I told the people in the Melanin conference about a brother and sister that went to had gone to they graduated from FAMU, Florida A&M University, and they graduated in 2000 and 2001, and they moved to Atlanta, and the sister started working at one of these chemical plants. You know all these funny jobs you get when you get out that white man's school. Have you damn electrocuting monkeys and all kind of stuff. Anyway, she's working at some chemical plant and stuff, and she helped this arrow out. And what it is this arrow was in some trouble with something with the chemical. I don't know if he worked on the job or that he came. Anyway, she was assigned to him. She helped him out. And so after she helped him out, he said, well, you help me out and I'm going to help you out. Don't drink no Coke after August the 26th.
Heard the
I
same
heard
thing.
that. I heard
I was
that.
told the
Or
same
coke
thing. I
products.
heard it too.
No coke products and all this kind of thing after August
I
the
heard
26th. Now, is that something bear witness to? You heard that?
Right.
Now, that's
Right
interesting.
here in Detroit.
But it's on the internet.
Huh?
It's on the internet. And
Well, see, it's interesting. Let me tell you something.
each story has the same thing, but it's a different.
Well, it's ironic. In June, I stepped up in the store, because they had this thing. I remember I came and told you that in 1999 they were selling 12 packs of sodas for 99 cents. And but it was the generic brand or whatever. Down there is Kroger. So Kroger got a big cake. You don't have a big cake. You know, down south they used to have Winn-Dixie and have check drinks.
Right.
You know, every little thing got their own generic brand. So Kroger was giving their generic brand out. 12 packs, 99 cents, and niggas had baskets full. One brother had 2 baskets with almost 50-something 12 packs. Like he stockpiling down lemon lime, kiwi strawberry. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, but that was the generic thing. Okay. This year, Coca-Cola came out with 12 packs for 99 cents. But people said, no, we don't like them 12 packs because we can't fit them big old things in our refrigerator. So Coca-Cola came out with the refrigerator 12 pack. It's a long 12 pack and the little soda rolled down. Did anything compete? Then they came out with the vanilla Coca-Cola. It was for 99 cents down there. All of June. And they took it off in July when it was real hot. And black people went into a depression like, damn, I should have got a hold of them damn sodas. You see what I'm saying? Should have got a hold of them sodas in doggone in what you call it? In June. So then in August they put them back on sale. And all the people started rushing by them. You should see the stores down there. They got like pyramids stacked up to the ceiling. They got one whole side of the store ain't nothing sodas. Just stacked up to the ceiling like it's the end of the world. Now it's interesting here because they brought out the vanilla Coke. Now see, this is the thing. I said, now if you're an expert Coke drinker like my mama was for 40 years, you know, for 40 years. If you're an expert Coke drinker like my mother was, you might be able to tell the difference. So my mother came up 2-3 weeks ago. She said, man, you know, I stopped messing with the Coke for a minute because of diabetes. But I had me a Coke. And man, I can't, the Coke don't taste the same. Now here's a woman that can smell, man. I never could smoke no herb or nothing like that in high school because she smelled it down the block. And she, anything going on, what's that smell? She just, I mean, it was a science. You know, she just took it down and said, I'm going to put a chain of deodorant around your neck, nigga, when I was down 7 or 8. Shit, by the time I was 12, I think I burned out all the armpits and stuff. I ain't stunk since. That level. At least on the arm. Every girl from my house, she said, no, man, you don't know, man. You don't stink under your arm. I said, man, I destroyed that shit, man, a long time. You know, I said, man, it came out 5 days before I get the funkin' up on an arm. And stuff. I said, but anyway. So, anyway, she could smell real good. And I said, well, that's something, because I know your keen sense of smell. She said, it don't taste right. So when she came to Atlanta, my brother Mike bought her a Coke. And she said, no, this thing don't taste right. And so one of the brothers suggested that that's why they came out with the vanilla Coke. If you drink that, you accept the first thing it tastes like because you didn't have it before. And then they announced on the news 2 weeks ago that vanilla Coke was #1 amongst black teens. Then all of a sudden they came out with damn Blue Pepsi.
Yes, that's right.
Blue Pepsi. They got a damn red Mountain Dew. And a red, also they got a red, they got a green Dr. Pepper and a red Dr. Pepper. My point here is, but the Coke, they said the same thing about the Coke products. Do not drink the Coke products. Now, another thing also too, because we're trying to find out there's something going on with the prostate gland in men. But the prostate gland in Hilton Hotima's books is connected with the pineal gland. In Hilton Hotima's books. What's the name of that book?
There's several of them.
Several of them. This one is called Sons of Perfection. is the name of that, 1 and 2. It's in that book, Sons of Perfection. Hilton Hotima's
But it's
book.
in Awaken the World Within too.
Awaken the World Within, yeah, okay,
Some of
yeah.
that too.
In that one too, that was in print. But anyway, but also I got a thing also that the pineal, the prostate gland is also connected to, if you are male chauvinist and you cannot let go, as you know, brothers do, and stuff like that. It's a very spiritual gland, and so therefore they're large. That's one aspect. The other aspect is they are messing with brothers because, see, even if they're enlarged. See, the thing about it is this here. Most of the time when a person says they got prostate trouble, if sometimes it's just an enlarged prostate gland, they can treat that and get it back down. But if you black and you go into the hospital with enlarged, they automatically cut you. You see, it's automatic. That's why I don't mess with no hospital, because they automatically cut you. And the reason why they cut you is because once they cut you, that's it. You can't ever get it back up. So they automatically cut the brothers. So whereas some white men, they work with it and they reduce it, they shrink it. Black men, they automatically cut you.
Radical surgery.
Yeah. And that's the here it is again. That's that same old that's that same old thing with what you call it that's that same old thing with them being trying to cut down on the black man's virileness or that. You see what I'm saying? They're rooting with the physical gun, but they know that that's our gun. You see what I'm saying? With jealousy and all other type things. Now, let me go into the science on this, because this is very key that you understand this. You understand this at this particular time. In 2000, well, I'll give you things again. Here it is again, so that you know. So that you know what's going down. You got 1998 black hole in the middle of the Milky Way galaxy.